welcome. You're watching The Road to Recovery on NDTV. I'm Shweta Rajpal Kohli. Every week on the show, we tell you how the financial crisis is impacting your life and how we can move very quickly on the road to recovery. Here's what we've got lined up for you in our first half of the show. On the Global Recovery Tracker, we'll bring you up to speed with the economic developments around the globe. On The Big Voice this week, it's Rahul Bajaj, Chairman of Bajaj Auto, answering all your questions on the economic recovery process. On Number Crunching, we'll update you with the big numbers of the week, including stock market levels, rupee, crude, inflation and gold prices. And finally, the perfect punchline of this week. Let's start with the Global Recovery Tracker. It's been a landmark week for the US stock markets, with the Dow crossing 9,000 for the first time since January and gaining 12% in a 2-week run, a feat it hasn't achieved since 2000. Mixed bag of earnings on Wall Street, with Ford, the only major US car company to have avoided bankruptcy, managing to reduce its losses. The other good news, the sales of existing homes in the United States rose for a third consecutive month in June, showing that the housing market has bottomed out. Bank of Canada says recovery from the intense recession is underway, and it has also revised the economic outlook upwards. In Japan, more signs that the global recession is loosening its grip. The exports decline is easing, and the drop in June is 35%, the smallest margin in 6 months, and an improvement over the 40% drop in May. Hong Kong banks have agreed to return more than $800 million to thousands of investors burned by Lehman Brothers-backed products, ending a dispute that sparked street protests. Also, the Hang Seng Index managed to break 20,000 to reach the highest intraday level since the bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers. Not very good news from Singapore. The manufacturing output fell at a sharper than expected pace in June, pulled mainly by a deep contraction in the key electronics industry. But strong signs of recovery for the Indian industry. The output of 6 core infrastructure sectors expanded by 6.5% against the 2.8% expansion the previous month. The Dubai government is creating a financial support fund for $20 billion to help cash-strapped companies. And the British economy continues to be on an unstable footing, contracting by 0.8% between April and June, more than double the rate predicted. Well, that was a quick wrap of the global developments, but now let's move on to our next segment, The Big Voice. Joining me on The Big Voice this week, Rahul Bajaj, Chairman of Bajaj Auto and one of the most prominent faces of India Inc. Thanks very much, sir, for being with us. Let me start by asking you, is the worst really over?
I don't think so.
So what you're saying is that the worst isn't over. How long do you think this volatility or uncertainty will continue?
Within the next 6 to 12 months, the world, nobody knows what's going to happen. Maybe in the world, in the US, in Europe, in Japan, the worst is not yet over. Maybe it is, one doesn't know.
So when, according to you, will recovery really set in?
And I think recovery in India could start slowly from the end of this calendar year, latest from the end of this fiscal year. More jobs, more purchasing power in the hands of people, and hence more demand for products of everybody.
So if we look at the past few months, do you feel the business sentiment has improved?
The business sentiment right now, in totality, first of all, I believe is much better than it was 6 months ago. Secondly, it varies from sector to sector. Maybe steel is doing better, maybe cement is doing much better. But what about textiles? What about garments? What about gems and jewelry? What about commercial vehicles? These are still in difficult territory.
Tubar.com,